All systems go, Captain. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, it is your man Chris Fury back again with another episode for Blurred's Eyeview, the man on the wall, of course. If it's just your first time here, thank you for tuning in. I want to thank everybody who has been supporting us thus far. Continue doing so. Show your love on the YouTube channel. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, all that great stuff. Share with your friends. Share with your mother. Share with your dad, share with your brother, share with your sisters, share with everybody, because we cover all facets and ages for everybody that's into the world of nerddom, and we don't shy away from a lot of stuff. No hot button issues here, just all nerds and barbecue and good fun. Thank you for tuning in once again. So let's get this thing started. Let's start off. Hey, how you doing, Whoopty? What's up, Whoopty?
Hello. Wait, hello. Yeah, hello.
You know what? I forgot it. I forgot today was Thursday.
Yes, today's Thursday. Usually what happens after Wednesday. I'm just kidding.
It generally does. Unless I find out something different. Yeah. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just hanging out. Grateful to be sitting down. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Who you telling? We got the Griot and Horror back in the building. What's going on, my dear?
What's up? I feel like I want to get my my things too, because I got some beta ones, some Mickey Mouse beta ones. So as soon as I start talking, I'm gonna get mine.
You know what?
How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I keip looking at the lightsaber I got myself for my birthday. And shout out to DX Sabers.
Listen. Lightsabers is definitely welcome in this part.
We don't shy away from that in this camp. We love them. And I got a hook for it, but I seen they had holders. If I had known they had holders at the con, I probably would have bought some. But
nice.
But I would need desk space to put it at. So our very own Games Master. What's happening, bro?
Hey, What up, everybody? What's going on and stuff and blah blah. Yes, the beard is
bring the energy. Bring the energy.
Man, I've been doing this all day. I know once I'm out in front of a computer and a microphone, he's like, okay, I'm glad that's over. Lord have mercy. So, Chris, you're going to appreciate this. I didn't even realize I had this, but a friend of mine blessed me with this.
Ooh.
Is that Wolverine?
Yes,
this is Wolverine number 88. This is a key issue. This is the first fight between Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
It is crazy the amount of stuff that y'all just know off the grip. Like, it's crazy.
So I've always said this. I said I can count money like nobody's business, but math, like anything past algebra, forget it. But I can give you the whole Jean Grey and Scott Summers family plot line and bloodline with no problem.
I do one better. In normal voice, I may not even remember certain words and terms, but if I'm using one of my voices, I can go on a monologue. It just completely just mesmerizes those who are watching and listening, and perhaps you'll be blessed in your endeavors. Any other words? Trust me, these words do not happen in normal real life, so this is not happening. So I feel you.
Look, thank God my mother fostered my nerddom. Thank you, Mom. That is not useless information. So, man, the cinematic assassins in the building. What's going on? How you feeling?
We'll be watching.
Hey, man, listen,
definitely, we are watching you.
He capturing that black swag over there, man. You see that drip he got? Okay, I see you, sir. Okay,
Princess Story, you know. And shout out to my wife, got me this dope hat, custom made.
Yo, that joker's fire.
Custom made. Okay.
Yep.
I was just watching that again the other day. That's just a good movie. No Way Home is just a good movie. It's just, I don't care how much people say it's fan service. I'm like, it's a comic book movie. It's supposed to be fan service. Please, I want more. And it's fun. It's Ryan with it. So I like it. So, what's up?
All right, lady. Okay. She brought the extra set of ears.
I don't have the fancy headgear.
Okay, I gotta do it.
Oh my Lord.
I got a simple wrap. I don't have anything.
If I'm wearing a hoodie, that's about as much you're going to get from me besides the headphones. If I have a hat, I'm wearing it for a occasion, and then you won't see it on my head again.
You sound like me. That's why the headbands. Shout out to Believe It or Not One for being my provider, because I haven't worn a hat in months, and I love it.
Hey, look, as long as this weather stay the way it is, I'm okay. I don't want to put the Scully back on. But we got special guests in the building with us tonight. He's got a dope project. I want to show you this said project before we have him on, because I want to see the faces of everybody that's checking this out and everybody that's already online watching with us, because
y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna like this.
That's all I can say was damn. So this is Night of the Abyss by Quintin Dorsey. But check this anime out.
I got him.
Dope.
Damn.
That was dope.
Take my money.
Quintin Dorsey's in the building. What's going on, Quintin? That was my guy.
What's going on with y'all, man?
That is
What's going on, sir?
Let me give this to you properly, because that was hot. That was hot right there. I like that. Clean, my guy, clean. So we got to talk about it.
Let's get into it. Yeah.
Night of Abyss. What's it about? Where'd you get this idea from? The artwork alone.
I am a fan. I ain't gonna lie.
So Night of Abyss, it's an independent, I guess, Western manga. It follows three main characters, Knight, Neo, and Ruby. They found themselves caught in the ancient conflict between two One Empires who looking to bring about an ancient prophecy known as the Night of Abyss. It's really something I've been working on straight out of high school, right? Or like over 15 years ago. When I was like 18, 19, just going through college, undergrad, graduate school, just writing a story. And I ended up finishing it, I want to say in 2019. And I was about 4 years into like my professional career. And like my dad, so we go way back. Like when I was a kid, I used to walk around the house and I used to say I wanted to be a cartoonist. I didn't really know what a cartoonist was, but I used to tell my parents that, like, I don't be a cartoonist, I'm gonna be a cartoonist. And I tried to draw, and I was like, I can't draw. So, so after that, it was like I just was like, just always writing stories and just visualizing plot lines just in my head. Like I could, like in elementary school, middle school, and high school, I could never really focus. They thought I was slow in like elementary school because like I would be sitting there and I would just be thinking about that X-Men episode or Spider-Man episode I watched, right? And I would just be sitting there coming up with all sorts of storylines, like how crazy it could have went. And like we would have an assignment and it'd be the end of the day and my shit would be blank. Like my paper would be blank. They would be looking at me like, what is wrong with this kid? And it was like, man, like the setup for school where you just sitting there for 8 hours for creative people, that's torture. So
it is.
Yeah, I can never focus.
That part.
When I got into college, I started to excel because I could work on my own time. So it was like, all right, I could do my homework for an hour and I could work on some other stuff. So it was like, it worked out. But yeah, long story short, I was writing it in college. Once I finished grad school, I got a job working for the government. And I finished the story in 2019. My dad was like, all right, Quintin, you've been writing. It's like, he used to call it never ending story. It's like, all right, so what you gonna do? You've been working on this never ending story for like, forever. So I was like, damn, you right, Dad. So I'm like, all right, so story's done. And I just started putting all my resources into getting the to getting like the artwork done. And I did like 2019, I used to just drop like regular like character designs, like to kind of like introduce people into like the world of KOA.
Mm-hmm.
And it started taking off. This is back when the algorithm actually like worked for creators. So, yeah, this was like the good old days, man. I really feel bad for like the creators who are stepping onto the scene now because the algorithm just doesn't work for nobody anymore. So it's really hard to like to organically build a fan base unless you're just paying crazy amounts of money to like the ads and all that. So but yeah,
I thought you said it that way, and I'm just like, oh yeah, those were good old days. They didn't last long.
Nah, it was, man. It was like 2019. Well, prior to that, it was definitely great. But I would say 18, 19, 20, 21, that's when it was great. And 22, it was like a weird shift. And then after that, it was just like, So, but yeah, I was just dropping designs. And a lot of people just started following the page. And I was like, all right, cool. But I got something. So I did my first Kickstarter in 2021. And I raised, I think it was like 18,000. And then after that, I just, second Kickstarter and then just hit the conventions. I would say from like 2022 to now, I think I've probably done like 60 or maybe 70 shows. It was like 30 a year or something like that. So, and then coming up to the fall of 2023, I was like, all right, man, I'm about to drop this trailer and do this Weed Funder because I seen Black Sands, the success they had with their Weed Funder, and then I was just looking. I was like, damn, everybody's doing these Weed Funders, and it's a great way to show, like when it comes to pitching, like it's a great way to prove that you have something that, you know, regular people, you know, would put their own money into being a part of. So it's just when it comes to like a pitch package, it was just a great idea. And yeah, man, I dropped it, went all out, you know, trusted God, you know, said my prayers, and it's going really well. So and then that brings me here. So yeah.
So question.
Yeah.
Which is why it's called an interview.
I can't with this man. Good grief.
So is there a platform that you're looking to have it put on, or is that still on the table?
So well, I can't say too much because I did sign NDA for some folks. So
the Negro don't ask.
Nigga don't ask.
Okay.
No, but I got some motion with some folks. Yeah, that's a. I mean, if there's an interested party, they can reach out to me. Like, I'll say that, but I don't want to say too much because.
Okay, we're not here to mess up the bag. That's for damn sure. We're not doing that.
Interested party, they can reach out. So I'll just say that. Yeah.
Okay. Are there other projects that's similar to this one, or that's in the vein other ideas that you wanted to put out?
I do, man. It's not similar to KOA though. It's really. I would say it's more so like the Boondocks, but I haven't released it because I don't want to get canceled. So I think
look. If it didn't happen to Carl Jones, who's a friend of the show, I doubt it'll happen to you.
Man, it's the year of truth. Just go ahead and put it out.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until KOA is like kind of established, and then like I feel like I gotta be a little safe with that, and then like all right, see if I can cancel it out. But yeah,
I ain't mad at him though. I ain't mad because you got to be careful nowadays, boy.
Yeah, it can be. The waters are choppy. Yeah. And 2024, it's like you have to move a certain way, and kind of hide, not so much hide your hand because Lord, the way things are being unearthed. Thank God I got a clean background. So, but just the way things are, like things are coming out the woodwork, that some things we didn't ask for, some things we speculated, and some things we had thoughts about for the longest time, and we're just like, okay, there's a confirmation. There's a confirmation. Yeah. But I think what it does is when I see this type of artwork and this type of dedication and passion for it, it always succeeds. It's more or less about just getting it out there to the people and allowing it to speak to fans. Because one thing that we've noticed in the Blurred community that we've always discussed is like, we need to see our faces more, like being represented, interpreted in all facets of nerddom or just entertainment generally. It's not just sports and not just certain movies or even music, but it needs to be certain genres like sci-fi, fantasy, action films, thrillers, horror films where we don't die. Thank God for the blackening. When you see when you see stuff like that, and you're just like, we need to have those type of stories being told from our perspective. Not only that, it's just original.
Yeah, I think for every creator, especially creators who are in like the nerd space, or the fantasy space or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I think that's a deficiency in the entertainment industry that we all kind of pinpointed. Just growing up, Black folks, across the African diaspora, we don't really have any universes that's ours on the small and big screen. In the book side, there's hundreds of people who created their own universe, but on the small and big screen, that's if we were to juxtapose it to like a Marvel or a DC, we don't really have that, in cinema, and that's not by accident, clearly, the power structure likes to put Black folks in a box, four areas, you got. When it comes to TV and film, you got the slave films. You got the black trauma porn. You got the crime adventures of Pookie and Ray Ray. Niggas and then you got the ratchet shit. Twerk, over sexualization. Everything's a goddamn party. Diddy freak off. Like, that's what you got. All right. So, I think what we're doing by like pushing the envelope and really trying to establish, fantasy universes where Black folks are like represented appropriately. I mean, it's revolutionary, but it's also, overdue. But really, not to ramble, but we should really be holding accountable, the Black bourgeoisie and the Black Hollywood elites, because they have the power. They can make things happen. These niggas is billionaires and 100 gazillionaires. They can finance these things themselves. And even when you're talking about anime is not something that costs us 20, 30, 40 million dollars to do. Like, it doesn't. Like, you can contract an anime studio and get a high quality anime done, depending on the episodes, for under $5 million, for under $6 million. I mean, it's so there really is no excuse for why we haven't seen our fantasy universe, other than a lot of these folks, they kind of just do whatever the power structure tells them what to do. So it's on us and the community to make sure that when folks do have projects and they do got some motion, it is something that's representing us the right way, to go ahead, get behind it, and prove, because it is, at the end of the day, it is about the dollar bill. So we have to prove that, look, this is something that Black folks want, and we don't really want to watch slave films anymore. So
I agree. I think when you have movies like Black Panther, Django Unchained, because I remember some of the voices that first came out was like, damn, Jamie Foxx is doing a slave movie. Until you're just like, oh wait, never mind. This is different.
As long as it wasn't Tyrese, okay.
Right. Oh God, the burlap sack. I ain't forgot that about that burlap sack, Tyrese.
We will never. The burlap sack is legendary. We will never.
No, can't live that one down. But when you see those type of films and they represent us, which is why, like, we're all of us that's on this platform, we're a part of an up and coming streaming service, Blurred Station. Shout out to Kevin J. Murphy.
Okay.
And that platform is dedicated to putting out quality entertainment that's built by us for us. That's by the BIPOC community. So whether it's in a manga, whether it's an anime, we've actually signed up Michael Jai White, Jillian White, and Orlando Jones to work on projects. So to have these type of influences there, and to get those type of projects and those type of things out there to the people, we need to see more of that. There's a reason why the 90s was probably peak television for people of color, and just for the BIPOC community, period. And now it's far, if it's not in syndication, other than that, it's far and in between where something original.
Yeah. Nice.
And we need to see more of us in the boardroom fighting for that, because I've heard those stories. I've heard those stories where they go into the boardroom fully invested into making something where it's from us, where it's by us, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, I don't understand. Well, no, you don't understand because it's not your story. But if you look at this sister over here who's sitting up there very intently listening, but she has no power, or this brother over here who has no true power to say, no, hear them out. This sounds like a great idea. We won't get some of the trash that they try to push out to us. Like, oh no, this is how it should be. No, we know what it's supposed to be. So Navy question.
Actually, yeah. Well, first of all, Quinn, it's good to see you again, sir. The last time I saw you, was Awesome Con.
Awesome Con. Okay. What's up, man?
Y'all, this is one of the most humblest young men you ever want to meet. You see him, he's just like imposing, but he has such talent. I was lucky to be a part of his Kickstarter for KOA. When I tell you,
that's variant too. There's not a lot of those out. Barely any.
I'm just kidding. But Quintin, you are magnificent what you've been doing. But I've always wanted to ask the question, during the course of creating the universe of KOA, what has been the biggest challenge for you as a creator?
I would say for me, when it comes dealing with the artists, making sure that the features of Black folks were appropriately, I guess, visualized through the book, and also just not just skin tones, because sometimes I'll have to be like, bro, he's darker, like. Why are you making them like? And shout out to my artists, great guys. I don't really think it was any sort of malicious thing behind it, but yeah, sometimes I'd be like, yo, gotta make this guy darker, and then it would be mannerisms, like the way Black people move, or type of facial expressions. And if you read I'm redoing Volume 1 because I actually hate Volume 1 because it didn't come out the way that I wanted to come out. People liked it, but honestly, I'm a little perfectionist, so it's like I pick up on small things. It's like so I'm redoing. I'm probably gonna redo because I'm on Webtoons now, so you might see the whole Volume 1 through 3 get redone just because.
But it's so good though. Oh my gosh,
but
it's so
not
good.
The whole thing, but there's just certain things that I want to change to make sure that everything is right. Because when it comes to like adapting to the anime, they're gonna be heavily doing it, straight from the manga. So it's like, all right, I gotta redo stuff to make it. But I would say, yeah, that was probably one of the most challenging things to kind of like convey how to express Blackness through like the book. But yeah, I would say that was probably the hardest thing for me. Yep.
Okay. Appreciate you, young man. Appreciate you.
Laney. Go ahead, Laney.
Right now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just looking at your website. That's just so you drop it. I'm just like, first of all, shout out to you for getting almost 70,000. Okay, let's go. Because I mean, that is amazing. I don't see a lot of Kickstarters a lot, so the fact that I'm seeing 70,000, that's just amazing. But again, if you were here from the beginning, y'all would have seen this man's work, and it's worth it. So shout out to you for that.
Thank you.
I think just my answer is just, my question is really simple. Because it looks like, it seems like this is a part of the horror, and if I love horror. So what direction will you go next with these characters, a part of what you're doing now?
So it's not horror. It's more so. All right, so if you watched, so KOA walks in the spirit of like a Code Geass or Fullmetal Alchemist, or a Death Note. So it's a high level manga. God willing, soon to be high level anime. It is dark, but it's not like.
Is it like a thriller?
If you want to describe Fullmetal Alchemist thriller, I don't think. Well, I guess Fullmetal Alchemist does have some thriller vibes to it.
Yeah.
But
It's just got
it amps up. It's not scary. It's just it gets your adrenaline going. So like, and for me, that's I think of amusement parks as a thrill ride. So I think of it in that frame as a thriller.
It's like a shonen thriller. It's like a shonen thriller.
Okay, yeah.
Not trying to put you in a bubble at all.
No, but I'm about to say the same thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I see it, it hits hard to me, but I can understand what you mean by that, though.
I like that thriller. Anime thriller sounds cool to me.
Nobody else has got the description, I don't think.
No. Remember like the first 3 episodes of Ninja Kamui when we was all excited about it still? It's like that.
Oh, man.
Wow. He's gonna die out after 3 episodes. Like, I don't think that you meant that, sir.
I was gonna say I've been keyed in every weekend,
and he said it with a straight face too. Ain't that some shit?
Will decided to drink Haterade before the show started.
It's his tooth pain talking. It's the tooth pain talking.
What kind of Novocaine did they give you at your dentistry, sir?
The NDA kind. The NDA kind, nigga, don't ask.
You said what, Quintin?
No, I'm saying the animation did fall off after I think it was episode 3 or 4. Like it kind of just took a nosedive.
Was it the action scenes? Because they did slow down. They did slow down the action scenes.
The story.
Watch the anime scenes. Watch the action scenes from episode 1, 3, and 4, and then watch how it slowly declines. As soon as they start doing that weird 3D stuff, it just, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the animators
they did with what was the anime about the black samurai?
Yasuo.
Yeah.
Yasuke. Yeah.
Yeah,
like it was very exciting, and then when we got to it, it was just like
it fell off.
Yeah.
I think the animators from Ninja Kamui may have gone over to Kaiju number 8.
Helldivers, the anime.
You gotta go where the money is.
Yeah. Nicole, question.
So your work is very dope. That trailer that we just saw was amazing. I'd like to see more of it. If you're like right now, you're talking about doing an animated version, an anime for your manga. Would you eventually like to see your work get a live action treatment? And if so, is there anybody you would wish list as a cast?
Yeah, people actually approach me from the industry about live action, but I'm a little skeptical because you don't always see so many good anime adaptations for live action. It's like One Piece was pretty good, but after that, Rurouni Kenshin was good, Street Fighter was good, so I guess you do have a couple. But that will be further down the line though. Like for me, I think the smartest route is to establish the IP through anime, and after that lives for a while and it's like a real fan base around that, then I feel like it makes more sense to kind of move into live action because then you already have that fan base already established. So yeah, but yeah, I would say in the future, yeah, definitely.
Okay, I mean,
yeah,
the fact that you have the goal in mind and a path to walk it, not many can say. And like it was said earlier, you know, already at 70K. So I mean, let's face it, people, animation costs money.
Yeah.
I just need a minute and 30 seconds for the intro. And that costs about $1,500. So
I mean, let's put it this way. We were just talking about the Waffle House being on Tekken 8, and the guy who's running it says, do you not know how much money it's going to cost us to get the images, not the stage, the images. So that's saying a lot.
It's not a cheap job. It's a taxing, thankless job. You know, it's very, very few people who are outside, who are just consumers of the product, don't know that it's a crap ton of work that goes into any animation. It can be the simplest one. And if you ever just look at some of the cartoons like on Cartoon Network, if you look at backgrounds and the backgrounds look like they're just kind of splotchy, there's a reason for that. You know, one, it might be a style that they were going for, and two, that saves a hell of a lot of time.
If you watch the Batman animated series, they recycle those explosions a lot. You even actually see some of the explosions from Batman animated series in, like, I think season 1 of Justice League. I was rewatching it, and I was like, that explosion was like from Batman. So funny, man. I get
Trey Mosley's in the audience. He says, man, listen, I'm gonna have to do Fat Boy OnlyFans to get my animation money. Only hams. So I'm putting it in.
I'm sure there's a market for that.
Look, you'd be surprised. There's a market for everything. I'm like, yo, there's okay, all right. I'm not kink shaming. So who's next? Spartan.
I can't say anything. I really didn't have any questions aside of the fact that, you know, following your animation on Webtoon, love the story behind it. If this question has been already asked, I apologize. But because animation usually goes into the gaming world, have you thought of possibly making a mobile game or a full-on production for Knights of Abyss in a video game format? And if so, what's the route you would take with it?
I would say even with video games, that will also be something that I would want to do after, you know, KOA kind of reaches its zenith through the anime. I just think that formula for me, you know, with this whole process, you know, there's a good quote by the philosopher, the Silver Surfer, Max B, said you can't take shortcuts to your dreams. And you know, that stuck in my head because I think you know, going the right way and not skipping any steps and just going through the trials and tribulations and really just putting in the work and really feeling like, all right, I earned this place. Now I can like gracefully transition to this area over here. That's always been something I think makes the most sense to my process, and I feel like that's what God kind of laid out for me anyway, because the journey just was so hard. So it's like I might as well just keep on going through the pain and suffering. So I think video game adaptation is definitely something I want to do, but it would definitely be down the line. Like, God willing, I'm still alive, but I mean, that might be every 10 years from now, 15 years from now. I wouldn't do it immediately. Nah. Okay, and also, I think focusing just on one thing kind of like brings out the best in whatever you're doing. Sometimes it's kind of whenever I know a lot of creators, they want to do like 30 different things at one time, but I feel like it could take away from like certain things. So, and I'm trying to be legendary. I want God willing, KOA to be right next to Dragon Ball Z or Code Geass or Naruto. Like that's really my.
I'm just saying, just from looking at it, like from following your publications, I'm like, it gives the old school SNK Fatal Fury kind of feel to it. So that's always like it would make. I mean, if you decided to do that down the road, it would make a kick-ass fighting game to me. That's just me.
Nah. I was thinking about that though, but I really think it would be hard. Like, I really want to do crossovers with like other people who have cool characters, like a fighting crossover, like Marvel vs. Capcom, like bring that type of stuff back. Like, think about how hard that would be. Like,
that'd be nice.
That would be dope.
Yeah. Imagine if it was like a bunch of different like Black creators. Then it was just a big crossover fighting game. Like everybody take like characters and we do like a big Marvel vs. Capcom. Like how hard that would be. That would be crazy.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I swear this is giving me
Knight over there looking all hard, man. I tell you, Knight is that dude. Knight is that dude.
Conversation, because that could be a conversation. I'm just saying that looks amazing.
Like this is all hip hop covers right here. I'm just that's fire. I like that.
Yeah, my boy Jacob Noble did that. That's he's the lead artist on pretty much everything, really. I work with Wave Loop a lot too, but yeah, Jacob does majority of design. So shout out to my guy.
Take notes, crew, because we might have to do this post.
I'll do Knight because I already know how cool he is. So I'll do Knight. I just don't have the locks.
More to be doing muscle. Hot. I'm gonna need 6 months to get that physique. I'm sorry.
I don't think I could ever get any of those physiques. So
yeah, no.
Hey, I ain't worried about.
Have a dream.
I ain't worried about physiques. I'm just like it. Not even like look. That's a hard ass group pose right there. That's a hard ass group pose.
I already know who y'all gonna make me simply because he has a white beard. So I already been put in that position.
You're so typecasted, Navy. I know.
Wait.
I mean, if you want to shave it off, you can.
I'm gonna cosplay him anyway, so let's go.
Wait a minute, Navy. That's not disrespectful because the dude with the white beard is always the one that nobody wants to mess with. He are a problem on site.
You forget Navy. You forget Navy. Navy is the one. He has the very cool demeanor. He's like that's why I keep calling him the shepherd book of the crew. Like he'll get on there and preach, but then there's something else there you didn't know he.
You also forget he's an alliance officer that never.
He lays hands and throws hands.
Right.
Facts.
How do you know that? Don't worry.
Big facts.
We do pray and slaps over here, ladies and gentlemen. We pray and slap. That's all we do.
Pray and slap and pray we don't slap you. That's about it.
See, maybe one day you have to explain that. No, I'm not.
He will say that too.
Like, Navy, did you forget?
Oh, trust me.
Yeah.
I have. Bam.
Okay.
There we go.
This is the same guy
that's
that
right.
does it all the time. Don't blame.
No fucks given. Lady Mandalore, question?
I am desperately trying to think of something to ask you because I am thoroughly impressed with just this one project that you've got that seems very, very solid. What other themes, if it wasn't ninja themed, that's my brain is going in that direction. If it's not ninja themed, what else would you make as an anime? Would you do something that's slice of life? Would you do something that is Oh Lord. What the hell is it called? Reincarnated stuff.
Oh yeah.
Isekai.
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I think so. The other IP that I have written, I do have it planned to be an anime, but it could be a live action. Because I consider, the Boondocks as an anime. I mean,
now, okay, I was about to ask you. You could, I think you could do it and not be the Boondocks if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like there's something just like on the edge of your mind that could be something that could rock in that particular genre.
It would be in that genre. Because I'm not really the type of creator. Because I know a lot of creators, they just be writing shit like just so they can be like, oh yeah, I got 10 different IPs. My brain don't work like that, bro. I really gotta be like, it had to be passionate about it. That's why I only have 2 written. I have a live written for KOA because I really love KOA, but like I don't have like 10 different IPs because I gotta be really passionate about like what I'm writing. But I do plan on collabing with one of my boys. He's a Armor of the Gods. I don't know if y'all follow him. My boy Malik. He has a really cool book. He hasn't put it out yet, but he has like a lot of pictures on his page. But we're talking about doing a collab, and I'm also trying to collab with another guy who's doing a manga. So, yeah, but I don't know. I think the only thing I have for personally is just that other IP that kind of walks in the spirit of the Boondocks. It's not the Boondocks clearly, but it's like in that realm of like a conscious comedy, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
Well, see, what a lot of people don't recognize is the Boondocks is almost like a blueprint.
Yeah.
It really walked that fine line of satire, but at the same time, just kind of like putting it in your face.
Yeah.
Sprinkles of truth.
Yeah, with sprinkles of truth. Unlike certain other projects, which I won't name because it's people that we love that are working on that said project.
Yeah.
And where it's too overlaid with the in the message is too far deep.
Yeah.
But when you have like Boondocks, you can walk. Like I've read the Boondocks. It was when it was in the Source magazine. Yes, that far back. So when I seen the animation, I'm like, oh yeah, this should be good because you got it. It was telling that story. It was telling that from that perspective of you have 2 brothers. One is very militant. One is very hood. And we all know what that is. We all feel that. We all understand that is very much Cain and Abel. It's very much everything that we've dealt with in our life. And they walk that life that we've seen every day.
Yeah. I think it was W.E.B. Du Bois that said that Black folks suffer from a double consciousness. Now he was talking about being Black and then also being African, but I think you could apply it to what you just said. Like we know a lot of folks who they may be like conscious, like Huey P. Newton. I mean, character Huey's based on P. Newton from Black Panther Party of Self-Defense. But then, they're also like trying to be, 50 Cent, Al Capone. So it's like, it's very weird. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of like conscious gangsters out here. I don't get it, but
so ratchet. Okay.
So fisted. I think you're trying to pronounce that.
Yeah, that is a t-shirt.
I'm going to use that.
Mr. Ratchet. I love it.
I mean, but yeah, I think Aaron Magruder. I mean, seeing the Boondocks was like the first time I really saw like outside of watching like Jon Stewart on Justice League. Jon Stewart was the first stand-up intelligent masculine Black man I ever saw on a TV screen. And that's because of Dwayne McDuffie, because he was the one, that was like, you look at the best episodes of Justice League, Dwayne McDuffie wrote all of them. Absolutely all of them. And I used to always sit back and think, like, dang, I ain't never seen nobody act like, I ain't never seen a Black character act like that. And then when I found out, like, it was Dwayne McDuffie that was writing that, it was like, oh, okay, so,
I would pay attention to that too. Like in the intro, and I'm like, okay, that's why it hit. Because
that's why, bro. It was Dwayne McDuffie, bro. He was the absolute GOAT, man. But I think what Aaron did was was also revolutionary. I've never seen. I mean, just at the first trailer that you saw from the Boondocks. You know, Ronald Reagan's the devil. Jesus was black. And the government is lying about 9/11. Like, I remember watching that in high school and like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was just crazy. Yeah, and then everything they went through. And you know, the Boondocks isn't perfect. You know, they got their critiques. Some of the stuff they kind of, you know, the R. Kelly episode I think was not good, but it went a little overboard. But
between the R. Kelly and the Tyler Perry episodes, I'm like,
those were two episodes. We were just like, okay.
Hey,
you might have shot a light.
The Perry episode was funny though. That shit was hilarious, bro. But I don't know, man. Yo, I don't want to get canceled, but you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is,
look, we live things live.
A lot of wild shit, bro. Like,
come
on, bro.
It happens. We know it. Hence why there was an episode done about it. Like, I mean, it was. It is what it is.
I mean, it's funny. The Tyler Perry and the R. Kelly ones are the ones that are controversial, but the Martin Luther King one always stands out to me. It's like we ain't gonna sit there and wonder what would happen if he did come back and saw what happened and wouldn't think that he was Negroes.
You shut the hell up.
This is what I took all them ass whoopings for.
Now we're talking about soul plane.
Oh, man.
So, but I mean, when you have those type of people behind it, like the Dwayne McDuffies, because trust me, once when he passed, and I was just like, damn, we were getting Justice League Unlimited. We were getting Static Shock because one of the first times you got to see a young black teenager, and his father being the positive role model, which you would never see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, that and having the typical brother-sister relationship, but she still got his back. Mm-hmm. You know, dealing with the stuff that they dealt with throughout those episodes. Yeah. And still managed to say, this is what it would look like. This is how it should be. These stories need to be told, and you can still get this off. It's just this way.
And we still don't have a movie.
We still don't have a movie.
Yeah, man.
You gave us the Reverse Flash as the Flash, but we couldn't get Static.
Kuma from Nerdy Bear Studio, shout out to Kuma. He said, if we could get one more episode from Aaron Magruder, what would you want to see?
Ooh,
the movie they were doing before it got
they were doing a movie
before it got canned. Do 1 hour and a half movie before, and that was supposed to kick off the next season.
Shit.
And it was like Uncle Ruckus had one presidency, I believe. And
what?
Yeah, man. Like,
he was running for like local city council or something like that. Just based off of some of the lines that JD was reading for his audition. It was like a local election. I think Tom was running against him.
My name is Mayor Uncle Ruckus. No relation.
It's
let y'all Negroes know I'm the head. I'm sorry.
It's wild because of what we could have gotten from a movie, or once John Witherspoon had passed away, they were just like, okay, how do we move forward? And here his son does a perfect freaking impression of him, number one. Yeah. And then Auntie Jennifer Lewis they even said it like, well, why don't we build a scenario that the boys had to go live with their aunt?
Yeah,
and I'm like, and she was down.
Yeah.
That would have been fire. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think
Mother of Black Hollywood and the Boondocks.
Anything with Jennifer Lewis would have been fire.
So they were looking forward to that. So we're gonna go to break. Quintin, can you stick around?
I'm waiting for the X-Men 97 talk, bro.
Yeah.
The man got his priorities set. Let's go.
This is what I like about it. So we'll be right back. It was like speaking my language. We'll be right back right after this. Ooh, I can't wait till I get my hands on this pop start steak and tell me that's not the last pop start cake steak. Hmm? With all the vitamins and minerals that are included in Pop Starts, they still manage to bring a family together. Blurred's Eyeview is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blurred's Eyeview for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blurs across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery box company. It's been a while since I dropped that one, so here we go. So, a certain friend of the show, Cleo Thomas, and Wes Anderson, aka Was Good, dropped a trailer yesterday. And I'll be damned if this trailer didn't look pretty damn good. We don't get this type of quality anywhere. So, what we got is a new movie that they're getting ready to drop. They haven't announced exactly when that is coming down, but hopefully we can get them on to talk about it. But this movie is called Vigilante, and it's coming soon. Here it is.
Bro, why would you, as a black man, get 3 other black men monkey masked? I'd honestly rather use a white hood.
Things getting gritty, keep it pop with me.
Now, what hero you know wear a monkey mask?
Vigilante did it for the city.
We are talking theft, B&E, and murder, all for a drug.
Where are the heroes? We'll wipe out these dealers one by one until they get the message. Tommy for the speed. Brian will kinetically charge Zay with a couple of hits. I'll handle the camouflage. You take the D-blood from the dealers and destroy it. Tonight did not go as planned.
What y'all doing?
We're not heroes, Tommy. Not now, not ever.
I don't have to be a hero to do the right thing.
Let's go. That's all I gotta say.
That looks amazing. That looks.
Somebody said from zero to anti-hero. But I like seeing it. Like shout out first off, shout out what's in Happy Birthday to What's Good, and shout out to the homie Cleo Thomas. I think Man Apollo Fresh, Mr. JoJo Pose himself is on the soundtrack, and Irving Lambert is somewhere on the production. So I like seeing so many different parts of the black internet come together for stuff like this.
That's good quality stuff. I'm like, we ain't heard from What's Good in a while. I'm like, oh, no wonder you've been working, my guy. Sometimes you can't do the vines and everything else. You gotta put some work in.
Sometimes you gotta go deep. Sometimes you gotta go underground.
Hey, and it works.
Sometimes that stuff is just to stack so you can work on this in the background.
Yeah,
you ain't got time to flex on social media. It's time to put it all to work. Let's go.
Right. So real quick before we get to the next piece, I know Cinematic Assassin had a question for you, Quintin.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah. We was chopping it up at Awesome Con. Also, since Navy always want to flex something, I got my These are my unsigned copies. The signed copies is in the vault. But
don't do that because my name is in the books. I don't care. I ain't worried about that. I got D-Flex.
When do we get a vault?
I got
didn't know it was in the budget.
Two, actually.
It was in the Funko budget. Didn't you know that?
But off the back of our conversation at Awesome Con, you were talking about the sort of challenges as a Black creator at these different cons, and you said you was hitting like 30 a year for a stretch. What is that grind like, and what do you go through as a Black creator in that space when you don't necessarily see the return on what you know is a good product?
Yeah, man, I think that's a great question, and I would say starting from just getting up like off your ass and going and like grinding like that.
Discipline.
That's something that I thought would be a lot easier until I actually did my first convention, and I was like, "Yo, shit, I'm tired because I'm in shape." So I'm like, I'm thinking like, all right, I'm going here. It's like, yeah, but just getting your mind ready to talk, to standing, then lugging everything. So for me, I just thank God that God, put it in me to really have that spirit, to really just persevere and just keep going, because I still work my 9 to 5. So for the past 2 years, it's been, work 9 to 5 and then travel here, weekends. I ain't really had no life for the last 2 years.
Capitalism.
Yeah. But then with the return on investment and really not seeing, the return on investment that I thought I would see. So, just know a lot of people in conventions, they probably capping if they telling you that they, raking in the dough and like that. It's not, especially if you're doing, if your books are predominantly Black or whatever, because your demographic is going to be, Black consumers. Although you do have people from outside the culture that actually buy stuff, but it's usually here and there. It's not, it's not in large numbers. So you're definitely kind of faced with that hurdle. And then I think you had you got the, in our community, in the Blur community, what doesn't get talked about is the anti-Blackness within our community. Like there's a significant portion of, Black, nerds that, they're just anti-Black, bro. They don't want to support anything that's, Black. But
you gotta give them this.
That face right there.
And I think any creator who's at these conventions, especially if they've done the volume that I've done, and they've really been to like everyone, I've been to all of them. The same. Everybody comes to the same conclusion. So it's not like I'm just speaking and someone else is going to have a completely different story, unless they're just making shit up. Like I'm telling you, a lot of these dudes be capping. So they gonna tell you they making $100,000 a year. Nah, that's not true, bro. So but for
you came to a smaller con. Like we know.
We know who you are.
You know your budget, sir.
I think
starting from behind with the table space.
You was at the same continental breakfast we was at, sir.
Bro, you've had cheeses for dinner, breakfast, and lunch. Okay.
And the bigger the con, the more it costs to get a booth. So you gotta break even before you can even get ahead.
I think if you're gonna do it, I think you should not do it with the intent of like really making money. It should be just to like brand out there, really grow your brand. But don't quit your day job. That's what I'm saying. Don't quit your day job. Like don't do that. Like continue to work your day job, and you will make some money on the side. You will. But if you're going all out with the art, like I am, nigga, you not making no money, bro.
Let's go.
Right?
It's gonna take a while for it to flip.
Nah, because I could. There is some folks who they may drop a book and you don't see they don't drop another book for 2-3 years, and that's because the money that they make for touring, they just put that aside, and they just work very slowly. But I don't got time for that long time. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. So I don't got time for that long time. So you gonna stretch it out 15 years. Nah, bro. I'm trying to win. So I feel like
work like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta. If you really trying to win, you gotta jump out there, bro. You gotta have the Michael Jordan Last Dance mindset. I took it personally.
I got the flu.
To whatever degree,
63 with the flu.
If you're really jumping out there, you really putting everything into your presentation. All that money is gonna go right back in there. You may have maybe 2, 3, maybe 5,000 left at the end of the year, but all the rest of that money is going right back in there, and you probably be at deficit. So I mean, if you really are trying to win, so
So for whatever it's worth, I'm gonna let you know that you are definitely on it. Like at Awesome Con, that was way too much interacting with people. It was too stimulating, too many light sounds. The introvert was introverting hard, but I seen your trailer like from like 8 booths away. I was like, what is that? I need to know what that is, and made a beeline. And like you was rapping with like 2, 3 other people. I just stood there. It's like, nope, we gonna talk because I gotta find out what is this. So like your product overcame me wanting to go lay the hell down, and that is extremely impressive. Everybody in my circle can tell you.
So before we get to the next piece of news, we're gonna show that trailer one more time for those who are just joining us that didn't get to see it. This is
You're lucky we like you, all right?
Yeah. This production stuff ain't easy, I'm telling you. So here we go.
There's my boy.
That shit's smooth as a motherfucker, man.
And the thing, I want to intro that last just as long as that. And I know it costs money. So
the way the Emperor looked in that trailer was freaking amazing. He looked just as devilish on there as he did in the comic. I was in the manga. I was like, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, Lost Cobos did that. Shout out to the anime studio. They're an independent anime studio. They worked on Into the Spider-Verse. They worked on Tekken. They worked on a bunch of different great IPs. And they launched their own studio. They got that done in 3 months. Super professional, great people.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
3 months?
He knew to Into the Spider-Verse out there first. Light flex.
Then he throws Tekken in as like dessert. He has Tekken over too. Like,
but yeah, for 3 months, you're right. You're like Lizzie. For 3 months, that's man.
Right.
Yeah, good, great people. Yeah. Super fast. They're from Colombia. All right.
Let's talk about a budget with them. What can they do with a
They weren't cheap though. They weren't cheap.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sure they're not, but still.
Please make us look good. That's all I ask. Okay.
So today's a special day.
Oh.
Today is the day that Barry vanished
from
the crisis.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
Jim Gunn, he's still looking for you.
Oh, shucks.
I say give him a job.
Oh.
I say give him a job.
We need to have a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we need a whole new meal. How about that? Palate cleanser.
So this is the part of the show where we will do a breakdown of X-Men 97 episode 7 Bright Eyes.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's talk.
The grief counseling session has started.
Man.
No, this session is called Rogue Did Nothing Wrong.
Not confused.
Let's talk about it.
Listen.
Let's talk about it. Number one, Nightcrawler giving the eulogy.
Look, out.
Chef's kiss.
Not
Chef's
5 a.m. tears falling out my face for no reason. Why?
Right? Yo.
Why?
I was on the edge the whole episode.
And I'm gonna say this even further. We're 7 episodes in. The writing on this show has been nothing short of immaculate.
Bo's pen is disgusting. Like what you?
Because once again, it makes you ask, what happened?
Like, either make whatever he did go the fuck away or fix it. Like, I don't know what y'all need to do, but fix it.
Because my God, it hasn't been something.
How high up the chain did you decide to mess with somebody that you, sir? This writing was immaculate. You had Nightcrawler preaching.
Literally,
that's right. Like when we get the second season, and if he's not writing on the second season, and it's not going to be received,
no, he's done. He's done. He got up to 3.
Yeah,
he got up to 3.
Borrow a Disney Vault and lock subscription.
Disney really feels that the fact that they need to get him back.
And he's slowly, people are responding on Twitter, Black Twitter.
No.
They're responding on Black Twitter. He's responding on Black Twitter cordially. People are like, this is good. Like, they're going through the motions. They're talking about everything that's happening and the layouts and the words that's being spoken, the art, the direction, and the direction of the writing. And he's responding in kind. He's like, that's what I was going for. That's what I was going. I'm like, dude, you succeeded. What the fuck? And I'm like, I'm watching an episode 3-4 times over in a day because I'm like, this is just has no business being as good as it is, but it is. And even with the last time on X-Men, it's giving very much Young and the Restless. I'm like, damn, it's a whole ass drama out this piece. I love it.
Anytime you can watch an episode of something like X-Men 97 and you get something new and something different, and you add that puzzle piece to the previous picture. When I tell you the end of that episode made me scream and run through my apartment because as soon as I saw who it was, I lost my shit. I totally lost my. I said I need Chris's fucking number because I would have called. I would have called Kira to be like, I'd be like, bitch, yo.
I am so.
Kira was private messaging me like, who? And I'm like,
who is what? Why is this him? And how come he's there? Man. I don't understand. Why this ain't the big bad that I was taught to be big badding about. Who is man?
I know nothing about it.
The storyline Zero Tolerance was amazing.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, OZT, there's several issues. As a matter of fact, the character everybody's speaking about is Bastion. Bastion actually was introduced I should be doing my daggone Into the Hyperdrive speech, but I'll give a piece of it here. Bastion was actually introduced in 1963. I want to say.
This dude, who did?
Yeah, but for those who weren't around, such as myself,
hey,
I wasn't even a thought. I didn't get into X-Men until in the 90s. So
that was a concept,
which is when he showed up again, and I'm like, who is this dude, and why is he moving in the shadows? And for those who don't know, spoiler alert, he's actually a combination of Nimrod. And
Master Mold.
Yeah, Master Mold.
That is why.
Is that the
opening? Sorry. In the intro, he's been showing us little Nimrod in a huge Master Mold in the opening, and I saw it, and I was like,
why did this motherfucker back? Like, why he here? He gone. What we got to worry about?
Because when Rogue with time travel.
When she took the general's memory, was that a Nimrod flash that we saw? Because you see the shape real quick. So I'm like,
yes.
That looked familiar. And
by the way, Rogue, we're not mad at you, sweetie.
No, bitch, you should have done more. You should have went farther and faster.
That's facts.
As a matter of fact, the X-Men were X-Menning because when she did it, Morph was like, is this who we are now? Nightcrawler was a little shocked because what his sister did. Wolverine said what everybody else was thinking.
Exactly. Did this a long time ago.
Well, between the telepath, the teleporter, and the Morph that didn't even try to catch him, yes.
They were just like, damn, I mean, I hate the guy. I didn't know this is what we doing. Wolverine was like, I've been wanting to do this for the longest time. I just was holding back.
Y'all had time to wake up out of a coma and catch a whole building right after. So I mean, somebody could have swan dove after him. Like,
I
know.
And it's funny you said it because I thought that they weren't going to commit to it. I was like, I hope nobody catches him. I hope nobody catches him. I was shocked. I said, oh, somebody caught him. He was there. I was like,
did anyone laugh when you hear him crash? You hear the lady go, ah! Did anyone else laugh?
I'm gonna tell you, I didn't so much laugh. I said, well, they're in Madripoor, so this is an everyday occurrence.
My whole thing was just him getting on the roof. My whole thing was him on the roof. And I'm like, this is like Futurama. I'm gonna jump, do a flip.
So seeing Rogue come through there, like she's not at the funeral for Gambit. And seeing her come through, and I love the callback because they show his brother, they show Belladonna. They, I'm like, oh, great callback.
I had a problem with.
Huh?
You had a problem?
Yeah, Belladonna being there. Like, why?
Yeah.
You try to who are you? Why are you here?
You're not married, boo.
He's like, you're not even married to him.
She still loved him.
You're barely a friend. Why are you here?
She still loved him.
Are we talking about Remy and all his? Are we talking about Remy and all his Boomhauer brothers that came to?
Yes.
Yeah.
His Boomhauer brothers.
I promise when I watched.
Please keep that when you make the edit.
I'm like, this is given between Cajun and King of the Hill, but I sadly can understand everything with my country ass.
So y'all ain't been to the funerals where Granddaddy's surprise second family show up?
Wow. I didn't know they were dead.
Here's an answer for you, man. Yes. And
then
Nightcrawler
friend. Then Nightcrawler kind of hitting the Full Metal Alchemist with the Terrible Day for Rain teardrop coming out the sky.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, where's Rogue? Living up to her name.
Yeah, I'm glad they gave Beast his umbrella because I'm like, yeah, nobody wants to smell wet fur. It's enough going on. I was like, they have you walking around.
The scene for me was when Rogue talked to Captain America, and that whole dichotomy right there was like, my hands are tied. Well, if your hands are tied, you don't need this.
He's the captain, we know, but he's not there just yet.
I'm sorry.
Where he breaks rank.
It's like I told Kira, that's the captain that signed the Sokovia Accords. That is not my captain.
That's what everybody was saying. They're like, wow, after all this time on ice, Cap is still Mr. America. I'm like, well, you kind of just asked Mr. America to go help you like punch Mexicans unannounced. That's kind of
what
the hell?
Like, why is that not the part that he said out loud? If he just said that, you could have kept your shield. Now you got to go on the mountain.
If you listen to when they're talking, you can tell he's taking orders. He's taking orders, but you can also tell there's something else going. Like he
doesn't want.
He ain't there yet. Yeah. He ain't there where he's just like, you know what? No,
he didn't want to.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a quiet part out loud, like, hey, I'm Captain America. I can't go punching foreign people in this costume, or I can't go, but nothing's stopping you. Instead, now look at you. Your shield's off in the goddamn mountain.
That was a level of petty I wasn't expecting.
Nah, listen.
It was welcome though. You might not be expecting it, but you was welcoming.
He didn't seem too upset. He was just like, damn.
That's that Southern petty. That's what that was. That was Southern petty.
I know he had to hit that sad, slow jog right after she
not the Incredible Hulk ending music with the piano playing.
That's what I was thinking.
No, that's what I needed.
Y'all
wanted to see in Endgame when he had to return the stones. Nah, I wanted to see his ass walk through the snow and go get that shield. I wanted to see him pick it up off
that could have been the end credit scene to him just digging like, God damn. She said his shield went off flying faster than Team Rocket in a Pokemon episode. Like
so Quintin,
he even had the ding too. It's like ding.
So Quintin, I got a question. What did you think seeing Rogue going damn near supersonic? Number one, and facing off with General Thunderbolt Ross. Why he's so with his high and mighty ass. Like you forget we're in a place that the Hulk can't break into. This ain't the Hulk, baby.
No, she fights him for breakfast, and she's pissed. Good luck. Good luck.
I mean, you know, when I watched the episode, I just kept thinking about that Dr. King quote that Beast said, "Violence is the language of the unheard," and I feel like they were connecting that to Rogue's rampage for her, wanting to get revenge for Remy's death and for Eric's death. I call Magneto Eric. I'm my first ex, so but
we all call him Eric. You good? We all call him Eric.
But yeah, man, I thought it was also authentic though, because oppressed people in anywhere aren't going to just be passive and peaceful.
This is true.
So,
True.
I think, but I didn't see her. I didn't like when she dropped him. I was like, what the fuck? Like that was like, yo, I did not think they were going to go there. I was like, oh,
that's the Rogue that was with Eric before she came to the X-Men. It was that Rogue. I'm like,
that was Mystique is your mama Rogue.
But I think X-Men just been so crazy. But I want to see more of that. But also, I think the writers are realizing that we're all kids who were watching it, in the 90s as kids, or whatever. So it's like, the fan base is probably going to be majority of us. So they're making it, I guess, more mature. So
those military depends didn't hold up very well for the general.
Look, there were one of those soldiers was like, "Yo, you hear that? It's time to go."
Right. But they're also with Captain America. They're probably also gearing up for like an Avengers versus X-Men like later down the line. I do think
what I tell you
probably going to come first. But I think maybe the finale would probably be like Avengers versus X-Men, something crazy like that.
The build-up that they're having, especially that talk between the president and Scott, and I'm like, and Scott is like, "Yo, we just need to find. They need hope." And when the president says he starts playing that political role, I'm like,
nah. Like, I got to get reelected. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Like, the fuck, really?
I'm playing the political role, so we don't have someone less sympathetic in this place. I'm sitting there going, "You ain't too close, too far from that point." Anyway, right now,
he was just like, "Yeah, we're on our own."
They just got invited to the United Nations, and now that there's no longer a nation, it's just young.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And it's crazy.
Imagine being the radar operator who's got to look at that visual screen and see Rogue taking one tank and beating down another tank.
Right.
So they're going, "I'm not gonna make retirement, am I?"
That's when you clock out like it's lunch break and just, you know what?
That's where you get that Piccolo action. You be like, "This ain't my play." I'll show you what to do. Hit this button. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
I'm gonna holler at Kami, y'all. I'll see you.
And then confirming all the bodies because apparently Leech and Castillo are gone.
Yeah. You're right. Somebody tell Trish Tilby how to read them, because at first she was right there. She was right there on the line, and then she said something, and Beast is like, "You know what?
I ain't fucking with you no more, ho."
Fuck you and your, Beast was pretty much like, "Fuck you and your tolerance. I'm out."
I feel like the cameraman walked away when she said no. He walked away. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna fuck this up," and he put the camera down.
Like he walked her, he walked her in. They were arm in arm. I'm like, okay, they getting somewhere. They're getting somewhere. And then they're having that discussion, and I'm like, don't read the room,
now,
woman.
Remember when she said walk with me? He said please. I actually took his tone to be different, more sarcastic.
Than
because
he didn't forget. He didn't forget.
No,
when it was like just like when y'all were at the mansion and when my people were dying.
Yep.
Oh, he had a Cat Williams moment.
Yeah. He was like, maybe you was in reporter mode, but and really up to that point when they walked up to the tents. But you got to go. He's still in the class.
But still, it's like, so how do you feel about mutant?
The thing with Trish, is that she got too comfortable. She felt because she was at the mansion when the genocide went down. She got Beast to blush and look, Wow. So instead of, trying to be sympathetic, she's just one of those people, like, but what about me in a weird roundabout sort of way?
She couldn't shut it off.
She just couldn't shut it off. She just needed to be like, I understand, and shut up. But she said the quiet part out loud. So now
the reporter part of her took over.
Who could have been on your side? He's no longer on your side.
You all fucked it up. You fucked it all up.
Yes, Kira.
Yo, fuck that hoe on everything that she fucking stand on. Because ain't nobody told her to act that fucking way. She knew what the fuck was going on right then and there. But number one. Number two, Beast bitch ass shouldn't have been giving her the fucking permission to act that way in the first goddamn place. He's the one that's doing all this respectability politics bullshit. He wasn't supposed to be giving her them green lights in the first goddamn place. So Beast, go with your hoe. That's all I got to say on that.
See, even in the live action movies that in the Fox versions, he was the kind of like that liaison, because if the Scott that we been getting was that same Scott we should have been getting in the movies, maybe that's because we seen what he did. He was like, you know what? I don't have time for you. You done broke HIPAA laws. You told about my wife and my kids, admitted my kid's name out on public. We got problems.
Yo, I ain't never screamed at a TV so loud in my life when she said that. I was like, bitch, are you serious right now?
Right.
I still hear her when she says, "Why lie, Scott?" And I want to slap her so hard. It's just the tone is fucking is so deprecating. I hate her. I don't like her. Anyway,
thank you, Nicole.
I would have told the truth.
Thank you, Nicole. Who sent you?
Travis full night. But it's one of those situations where you're just like,
not the draft day. Focus.
Yeah, it is.
Listen,
he's like,
I've only checked it once, and I want applause later. But continue.
I only care about X-Men.
But it was one of them things where you watching this whole thing, and when they pick up, at least when Jean picks up on the telepath, and it's Emma,
baby, Diamond Girl.
He said he wanted to find one more person.
Right. He said it.
We're gonna find one more person. It was gonna be Emma.
Yeah.
It's the one person who has all your gossip. It's like, I found the body. Wait, no, I didn't.
And the fact that it's crazy because this traumatic event actually brought Scott and Jean closer. Like this whole episode, they're actually coming closer.
You can tell Scott was breaking.
He was breaking just a little bit. Not
that much. That's
Yeah.
like putting a little extra cream in your coffee. It's all right. I mean, whatever.
They still got a long way to go.
He's like, I apologize for how things went. I'm like, dude, it's not your fault.
Right.
You didn't know.
Kara.
Hold on.
Kara.
No, that's my name. And of it. What of it?
Oh my lord, girl, let that pop bubble. Good grief.
Look, I'm not sleeping on no couch in no mansion. There's too many damn rooms in the house. I'll tell you
that was his choice. That was his choice. Number one,
I'm not sleeping on nobody's couch unless I'm watching.
Nobody said that he had to sleep on the goddamn couch. He could have slept in his bed. She's brand new. He made himself feel that goddamn way. Number one. Well, on the outside of the fact that she was a clone. Yeah, I get it. Everybody got lied to. That's horrible. Blah blah blah. But nigga, you for real? You trying to tell me right now you couldn't at least say, "Listen, look, have the conversation. I don't know you. Please don't take this personally. But I was fucking you when I thought I was fucking you. So I need you to
It's always
let me.
It's easy on the outside to have that conversation, but like you actually part of that. That shit is difficult.
He don't know when it happened.
Like, what the hell?
No,
he don't know when it happened.
You'd be surprised what I have seen in my life, my dear. That's why
I can see it from Jean. I can see it from Jean's side because like what happened, and she listed all these things. That time I sacrificed myself to the sun in the Phoenix, and he's like, "Yeah, you always came back." It was almost like, "Yeah, you always came back."
Not mental Zoom sessions.
Right. So
I'm just saying, if I had to deal with two Michael B. Jordans and one of them was
oh, you're not complaining.
I'm not complaining. But I am going to say, listen, look, I don't want to piss you off or you off, but we need to have a conversation. We need to work this out somehow.
Either way, I shall have Michael.
Apparently, mass death has a psychic smell to it, according to Jean.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And in fact, the fact that Scott can't exactly say, well,
Mayhem.
I might need you to wear this little black number. It'll work for everybody. I'm just saying.
Really will.
They are
Really
doing
will.
such an amazing job with this. The fact that
Really?
conversations like this, where they have written so much emotion in this, that you feel everything from the intro all the way to the credits. You feel everything, whether it's anger, frustration, sadness, joy. You feel that. You become part of these episodes. That is homage to the writing and the creation of this. They took their time with this. I'm so fucking glad they did. It's like literally waking up on Saturday morning again and saying, my show is on. Fuck the world. My show is coming on.
I'm calling out on the finale. I'm not coming into work. I already planned that.
Don't let me hold it.
I'm not fucking nobody.
Ain't no work getting done.
The consistency on the power scaling too, because Charles felt it as it was happening. She's still feeling spirits like last moments, and they've been gone for like what, a week?
Yeah. So if he's feeling it, she's definitely, because she's stronger than he is. She's definitely, and she's right there on site. She's like, yo, whoa, this is heavy. I was still waiting on a moment, like when they went to go see not Trask, when they went to go see
Gyrick.
Gyrick. No, when they went to go see Trask over at Madripoor. I was waiting on one of these moves. Put it to Tony with a ponytail. It's time to go to work. I was waiting on it. I'm like, put it, just because that means you about to do business. You about to do business. So I don't know. This is so crazy. Watching all of this unfold, that I'm waiting on Storm to do one or two things. She either kicking in that door saying, what the hell did y'all do to this house? I have been gone 2 weeks, maybe 3, maybe a month. And y'all just, the minute I leave, it's the mama speech.
I come back trying to get my shit, and I get my shit and come back, and what the hell?
It's the mama speech.
To put the chicken out.
The first thing she's gonna do is come back and be like, Gene, where's the baby? followed by a beast. I told you about bringing that white girl around here.
You don't have time for reunion, Dad.
Imagine her and Charles just pull up at the same time, and it's just a big clusterfuck.
Oh, they're absolutely
like he gets there before she does. Now everybody's in there arguing.
Right. Not if they all get there at the same time. Like, where have you been? I thought you was dead. Where's your child? What do you mean? I don't know you.
Where's Remy?
Where's Remy?
Why is Hank mad? What the hell?
Somebody just turned, nigga.
Or he like he walks in at the last, like, hold on, what the fuck? What are you doing here? Like,
Charles walks in.
See, that's when you hear the one. As soon as you hear the sound bite, bruh, that's where it's going.
It'll be Deathbird walking him in like, we're gonna need that suit back, right?
No, she's gonna be walking in there. We need that suit back, and looking at her sister like, see, what did I tell you? Ghetto. I'm gonna go.
You want to love a man. You want to love this man. This little Milky Way ass ghetto.
Wait, she's gonna walk down the gangplank saying the ghetto.
Right before she leaves, Bishop comes to a portal. She locks eyes, and she's gonna spin.
What are your thoughts on this? We don't blame Rogue episode. We never blamed her for this. We don't blame none of them for doing it. Even Logan said it.
Nope. Should have did it earlier.
Man, I mean, I think overall, this has probably been one of my favorite episodes, if not the best one. Actually, no, I think the episode where Gambit died, the one before, I think that was probably my favorite one.
That was intense.
Hey, what's wrong with y'all? Shit hurt.
Episode 5 is legendary now.
They gotta get some kind of
legendary.
They need a nomination for 5 when award season comes, or it's a snub.
Oh, I wouldn't. It's already on several sites that, like, from the time that this show debuted, they've been at a solid 8-9. Like, they haven't dropped. Like, I don't even think it's dropped past 8.5. Like,
what was it? Golden Globe does animation or something like that? Do they do?
Yeah, they do.
Golden
They
Globe
do.
does animation.
Yeah. Shit.
They got a strong lead. I'm telling you right now. They got a strong lead. Like, yo, the
Ain't
writing
no foreign
alone.
film that can.
We're like, we may not get animation, but the writing.
I feel like they should get a daytime Emmy too at some point.
They earned this. Oh Lord. So yeah. So they said who they
That's a genuine question I've had. Like, it's his child. So if they win, does he get to accept it at least?
Yes.
Look, he probably walked there up the stage with that look like,
hey, listen. You're not kicking me off that stage.
I would love it.
You know that look, that look you give when you can't say I told you so, but you give him that look like I told you so.
Not the Prince look when he just comes up there and says nothing, and then just sit there and says yesterday's price is not today's price.
Even if he says nothing, you gotta like punt a Mickey Mouse pillow or something. Send a message.
Oh gosh.
Public domain now. He's allowed.
Just let you know, Mr. Irvin, my number ain't changed.
Motherfucking self.
Oh my god!
Can somebody explain the ending? So who's lying to who? Because I still.
So
I noticed, man, and apparently we're supposed to be playing Where's Waldo for every episode now except 3. Because
Definitely you should be playing Where's Waldo in 1, but I digress.
Yeah. So Bastion. So let's get back to Bastion. Bastion is like I said, he's a combination of Nimrod and Master Mode. Very complicated if you go by the comic book way of things. It's a very deep and rich, complicated history about him. But he's one of Bastion to the X-Men is like Ultron to the Avengers. He's always going to show up.
You mean Sebastian Gilberti?
Yes.
Because
that was the adopted name he was given because he has no memory of at the time because he passes through something called the Siege Perilous. Has no memory of which is where he was merged.
It's called the Siege Perilous.
Yeah, it's called the Siege Perilous.
Here we got so much to teach you.
The deep dive on that will drive
new and old school merging. So this is all new to me. It was just the reveal of who's alive. Plus, by the way, I somehow have like Shi'ar Tubi on this ghetto ass TV in this.
Oh yeah, he's been moving.
He's like, oh, they have a secret. I'm like, is it a secret? Because I don't think they knew this whole time. So
this whole thing is like what Pinhead said. We have such sights to show you.
I'm trying to figure out who knew Charles is alive. If that's what we're implying,
the X-Men did because they've never said that he's dead. They said,
"Thank you."
This is why they were so surprised when Magneto showed up with that last will and testament. They were like, "What the?"
Oh my God! There's no reason for the whip. Oh, shit, we can't eat out this shit. We can't say he's alive. So I guess
we can't even defeat. We can't even fight this right here.
Adam/Jean should have at least known. That's the bare minimum of who should have known.
Well, good old Chuck. He has a way of putting up mental blocks. He's just like that. He's just funny that way. Sometimes you say fuck Chuck. Sometimes Chuck is all right. And a lot of times though.
Not with that red triangle.
No.
Not with the red triangle.
Ooh. That's a whole that's a whole thing. But yeah, it is a combination. He passes through the Siege Perilous, comes out, has no memory of what he is or even who he is, and he's adopted by a woman and named Sebastian Gilberti. And
Miss Rose Gilberti.
Rose.
And
he's slowly over time. He moves in shadows. He can't seem to fight his nature, which is probably the best way to put it. He can't fight his nature or what he is, and he moves in the shadows. And in the comic book version, he murders a Daily Bugle employee who has gotten too close. And J. Jonah Jameson, who's working on his own case, dealing with the mutants, is kind of coming up on the same thing, and he burns the evidence, and he says, "I will have your ass for killing my employee because I know you're behind it," but he can't prove it. So he moves in a certain. He's a chess piece for real. Like he moves and play. So this whole thing with the executioner and all this other stuff, yeah, they were trying to figure out who provided all this stuff. Yeah, it was his ass.
Mm-hmm.
It is a one-man shadow cabinet, literally.
I know, Whoopty, you found him first. But
yeah, I found him.
Go ahead.
In episode 5, where they're having their little, I'm gonna call it a Hellfire Gala.
That's pretty much what it was. That's pretty much what it was.
I can't remember who was coming down the stairs, and the perspective is from like a balcony on top.
Yeah, when they're on top of the chandeliers.
In
It
front
was
of the
Magneto
camera.
that was coming downstairs. Yep.
And I think I found him in episode 1. They're in the warehouse. It's that first battle scene, and it's in between Cyclops blowing up something and rescuing Roberto. And you only see his glasses, and they're really wavy. It's like a frame or two, and then it's over and it's gone.
That's one.
He's actually in a picture with Forge in his house.
Yeah,
but you don't see it.
There's two.
You see, there's
Actually,
two people, but then you don't see him. It's almost, but he's there.
So in episode,
in the background.
Look at the rewatchability factor of this show.
That part.
In episode 1, there's actually 3 showings of Bastion. Kira got 2, but the one everybody will keep missing because it's in the intro.
Right, the ones in the intro.
The one
I think people aren't really. We said it. We said it back after episode 5. We said it. Pay attention to the intros.
Mm-hmm.
They keep inputting things, changing things. Pay attention. This stuff isn't there off nostalgia. There's something going on, and if it hasn't touched, let me see. We got 3 more episodes,
and it's a 3-parter.
Now, here's the funny thing. Because of this, the reveal of Bastion, now people are going to go back to episode 1 and rewatch every single thing. They are now going to become critical of what they see. These are going to be Starbucks conversations from now on.
Yep.
Also, apparently we need to watch One Man's
Give
Work.
me a latte in episode 2, please.
So somebody on Black Twitter said, "My wife skipped the intro on X-Men. Find me the nearest divorce lawyer because this ain't." When he said it, I'm like, "She did what?" But yeah, this is already. This show has I've told you, I've watched a couple episodes more than once, just to like, there's stuff to take in.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they are taking certain storylines, condensing them. They are kind of removing certain things because, like I said, when it comes to Bastion's background, it's so like it starts getting to the Phalanx stuff, Warlock. Like this dude just keeps popping up.
Yep,
he keeps popping up. You know, we talking about Sentinites and everything else. So they could be combining certain things, leaving certain things out to avoid so much condense stuff. We in for a ride. We got 3 episodes. It's a lot. It's a lot. Because like I said, it's a lot. When you said
Lady was skipping the intros. I can't hold it in. She was skipping the intros.
Oh no!
Not now.
Hold on. I got a question. Was Jay trying to stop you?
No, it's when I would watch it on my own, and then y'all started like.
So she knew not to do it with Jay Rob. That's right.
No. Around episode 2, y'all started saying like, "Yo, don't skip the intro." So I didn't, but like, I would only watch it maybe about once or twice a season for anything I watched. Fuck you. Okay, he's married to me.
Damn, Bama. That's what counseling is for, bro. That's what counseling is for.
Damn, Carol! If it wasn't in the chat, I would have put it in the chat.
I know. That's why I blasted you out here. We ain't gonna have this in this house. No.
Ooh, boy.
I'm all for this. I am all for this show right here because Jesus Christ, I can't stop quoting the writing.
Why would
Easter
you?
eggs, writing, it's insane. And I'm like, once again, what did this dude do?
This is Doctor Who level writing, because you still come back and find out something new that you didn't see before, or you hear something and like, wait, episode 2, shit, they did reference this. Oh, they did show this. Oh, they did say. Love
I
it.
just hope that these other people that have their hands on these properties that we've grown up with and love are paying attention to the fact that good writing will not only keep the people that have always known the property and that love it already engaged, but it will bring new people in. Other people will want to see what we're talking about, and if the writing is good, they will stay too. You will just double your audience.
Yeah.
So can they please pay attention to what's going on here?
If somebody
And
was just it
continue
was
with the
like
great writing.
they're pulling somebody in the office right now, like, tell me what exactly happened. Well, it really wasn't that bad. He ate my tuna sandwich and I didn't know, and I just had a flip out or something. Whatever. And I thought it was him, and he was saying it wasn't him, and it was...
Oh, that's gonna make him snap. So we
It better be something good. It better damn well be something. It
got to be the spiciest. The spice of 2024 of stuff coming out. It better be the spiciest.
It better be a story in the next episode of fucking X-Men. That's how good. Shit.
I want to do something trifling, something that be like, okay, he could come back.
Yeah.
It's like, wait. He only read up to episode 3. We gonna have to pay him. We just gotta pay him.
Yeah.
So we
do
also
y'all think he would come back, actually?
Oh, if the money's high enough. If the apology is as loud as the insult, he'll come back.
Oh yeah.
If Feige talks to him.
What about, so we have Roberto and his mom.
I was gonna mention that. That was so shitty.
Because it started off so strong.
But
moms meeting mom, they be knowing, and she went there and she was like, of course, we had 4 houses burned down. Of course we knew. One thing though, we gotta keep a secret. Wait, hold on. We were here. We were here. And you stopped. And even Jubilee was like, oh, that was easy. And then she was like, wait, what?
Right. Once again, that blind side in writing, because I was hooked on that one. I really thought that she was going to be really understanding, and all of a sudden, it's just like, yeah, okay.
No, baby.
The crazy
in reality only.
The crazy when she said that, I had the meme in my head of them showing in Lion King when you had Rafiki. As soon as she said it, she tossed it. I lost it right there.
Because when his mama said we have investors and the whole thing with the, and I'm like, you ain't shit.
It's a parallel to what a lot of our friends, families, acquaintances in the LGBTQ communities experience when they come out to their parents, their friends, or people that they think could be or would be an ally. You're like, okay, as long as you can live live your lifestyle. I don't have to agree with it. I just have to love you type people.
Yeah.
That's point blank what I saw when that whole conversation happened.
What you think, Quintin?
I didn't even really pay too much attention to that scene. I just thought to me, I just was like, oh. But I mean, I get what everyone's saying. I think we all probably thought that she was going to react like a typical, like how Jubilee's parents reacted over the or season 1, where they were kind of distraught or angry, or like how Iceman's parents reacted. I mean the writing is just top tier, man. I can't even hold you, man. I think my favorite part was where Professor X is explaining like colonization and empire to our empire. I think that was interesting.
You ever see that clip of it's a brother, he's talking to some people, and it's an old black lady, she giving him the look like, I told you. Same thing he telling you is what I told you. It was
but you know what's interesting though, right? So if you've been paying attention to YouTube, usually you have like the conservative and like I call them the alt-right nerds, They call everything woke. You know, anything that's like socially conscious in any way, shape, or form. I don't see none of them making videos. Where they all at? Where
they don't want to get this. They don't want to get the shit beat out of them in public. That's why.
Where they at?
That shut them down quick.
None of these guys have made
Kira.
not the Ranker, not I haven't seen it. Unless they have. I don't know.
What's the problem?
According to Cleo Thomas, is being reported that Wesley Snipes is back as Blade in the multiverse.
I saw that earlier. I was like, can we get a script?
It only makes sense.
On IG as well.
It's for him. I'm gonna do some research. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
If Cleo got it, that means he got a solid source somewhere. So I'm sure. I'm sure.
I don't know how I feel about
that. I
that.
put on IG also.
They needed that.
Yeah, as long as it's not Blade Trinity again.
Try watching that again, and it was just like, yo, this is not it.
Hey,
you might say the movie will. Go ahead.
It's got Ryan in it.
Relax.
Go ahead, Will.
I was excited.
Why is Mayhem reminding me of Peter Griffin? Like, stop it. Stop it.
I was excited for Marsha Holler to be Blade. I would want
to. He's still coming back. He's still in. This is just for the multiverse thing.
He's going to be in. He's part of the multiverse. Like we had Toby and
Oh, okay. I bet he's a new Whistler.
No, he's Blade. He's just.
I know. I'm kidding. Okay. I'm kidding. See, when she's in reporter mode, I just can't crack it. She's a reporter mode. Like, no, that's not the fact. Oh, okay.
Right. We're not Trish Tilby over here. The only thing that kind of threw off the pacing was after Rogue takes Gyric's memories and she passes out, and then when she wakes up again, the team is there. And I'm like, okay, I know they're in two different spots. So unless Jean is like, we have to go get Rogue, I know where she is. She's because she's always like in contact with everybody. She's just kind of like she's never out of touch. And that's the only thing I can say is like, okay, we know where Rogue is. We can't go out there without her. We gotta go get her. I know where she is. And I think they did that for sake of pacing. Other than that, because when you see it, when you get all this action, then it kind of goes there and it breaks, and then it does this other scene and everything else, and then next you know, Nightcrawler's over her. You're just like, hold on, wait a minute. Where were they? They were just. Wait a minute. So, but if they're doing it for the sake of pacing, which makes sense, fine. For timing purposes. I can see that because, like I said, I've watched the episode like at least 4 times. So I'm like, okay, I could see where they would. It's kind of a drop, but you notice it. So, and I was surprised there was a UN in match report. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, the most crooked place on the planet,
right?
Like. Wolverine. I'm surprised Wolverine didn't say nothing. He was like, "There's no UN in the match report. When the hell did this happen?" So, like, even in my spy days, and that's the other thing I can appreciate. Wolverine's taking a back seat.
Yeah,
super back seat.
Yeah, with the exception of him saying she just did everything we were thinking.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm like, he said the most. He said the quiet part out loud. I'm like, no. All of y'all had a chance to stop. Jean.
Right. Telepath. Telekinesis.
Nightcrawler.
Telephone. 4-star moments. Like, hey,
telegraph.
Like,
you said what?
Like a team 4-star moment when they just never use the solar flare again. It's like, yeah, why didn't you do that? Like, you remember you have that power, right? Why didn't you like attempt to catch him? Like,
Jean wasn't too pressed.
But he did a whole skyscraper not 2 minutes later.
Yeah,
and I like how
pass out. Good on her.
She didn't kiss pavement this time.
She stood up for old me. We're dealing with that.
So I appreciate. I'm like, okay, we're back here. The fact that when Rogue wakes up and Rogue or Nightcrawler is standing over and they have their moment and she breaks. And I'm like, okay, here's your brother sister moment. And then when she looks back, she sees the rest of her quote unquote family, and I'm like, damn, y'all hitting notes right now. I appreciate that. 7, 8, 9, or 8, 9, and 10. When she says to Trask, or when she said he killed thousands of mutants on Genosha and killed my man, I'm like,
and Nightcrawler says,
you should have said something to that man.
Nope, she got magnetized. That's what it was.
But and then Nightcrawler put that in her face.
She got magnetized. Say what you take it for what you can.
Yeah,
Okay?
even her brother put it in her face. She was like,
she cried
here I am
even
going.
more.
Yeah, she was like, here I am going crazy over a boy, and he was like, 2 of them. I'm like, damn.
Yo, he wasn't wrong though.
Hey, my phone is about to die. So if I blink off, it's because it died.
Oh well, I'm gonna let you check out here. Where to get you here? So they just in case.
Yeah.
Where can they find you at?
Oh, shoot. Well, first I want to thank y'all for even bringing me on. Definitely a great experience, great group, and definitely congrats on Blair Station. I've actually I've been following that, so I mean, yeah, that looks pretty promising. I think.
Drop me a line, we can talk.
One of us.
Yeah, definitely congrats on that. Definitely looking forward to see all y'all future success and everything. Instagram K_.O_Abyss, or just Google Night of Abyss. The Weed Funders the Weed Funder will probably be up until like maybe the fall or something like that.
You got time.
Yeah, so I may close it out in maybe August or the fall or something. So yeah, it'll be up for quite a long time. So but yeah, man, I definitely appreciate y'all. Great conversation, and I'm glad that everybody's enjoying X-Men 97. So
yeah,
so appreciate you.
So, and just in case your phone died on it. So yeah, it is. Well, it's almost time for us to dock out anyway. So, but 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That'd be hell.
Somebody actually on Black Twitter actually said, Storm better be in the last 3 episodes. We are not here to play. I'm like, oh yeah, the God has got to show up. It is some things to do. We got things to do. Like, what are y'all standing around here for? But see, if you pay attention to the intros,
she's the only one that don't need Cable's help to get rid of those people.
Pretty much.
So, and she pissed. Yeah, fucked up.
She hurt first, and then she's fine. Look, man, notice this shit went down when she wasn't around.
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, all of this happened because she got nerfed.
Right.
Next
That's why
time,
they showed you what she could do in episode 1.
Because she was about to be like, so it was you.
Got some for that ass.
It's like Storm song, sticky cocaine.
I like how the Sentinels went from being a joke to now when that destroy mutant call, it's like a PTSD flashback because you got like a split second of it and everybody was on the ground. I was like, what the fuck happened?
Like, they're not dead, they're all neutralized. And I like how Cable shows up. And the first thing I said was like, yep, there's his baby boy right there. And he shows up and he says, hey, it was basically an EMP grenade. This is the only thing to take these guys out. And Scott looks at him. He's like, what the hell are you doing here? And mind you, he was sitting there, he was just like, no time for the reunion, Dad. I'm like, it's not his fault.
I pointed that out earlier. So it's like, you used that tone he used. Yeah.
It was like, shit. Like, your mama did this. She put all them thoughts in your head. Literally, she did.
That was suburban white boy tone.
It was.
Don't need to crowd me, Dad.
You're not my mom. Get out my head.
Right. That part. You're not her.
Right.
That little bit of teenage angst. I'm like, sir, you're 40.
So she's the reason you have to come back from the future. So like, we didn't slam dunk you in the Mountain Dew. Don't get mad at us.
Right.
Blame
Like,
blame
this
your
man is
uncle,
dealing.
blame your Uncle Sinister. We ain't do this shit to you.
Right.
We're trying to find the bastard who's behind all of this. So, 8, 9, and 10 are going to be doozies, to say the least. And I'm glad we're getting this week to week. It causes some anticipation. It causes conversations like this. Twitter has been wild with it, and then and once again, the rewatchability factor for this thing is amazing because now people are going to go back, and look for stuff, and not only just go back to the original series. Like, like, there's pieces that he's like, you don't understand. We did our homework. You need to go back and watch.
I want to know how Apocalypse escaped because he fell into that time void at the end of the 90s series.
Yeah. Because they show that scene. They show a scene, Cable fighting him.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I'm like, oh, we ain't done.
Wait, wasn't there? Who was the janitor that was in?
Yeah, who is that guy? Right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I was always wondering who that dude was.
Because I think he's got to make a comeback because that was the weirdest motherfucker in all of the fucking series. He's got to be out there somewhere.
So, yes, Callisto is dead, or unalive.
Unalive.
And you seen that when she was on the gurney, her eyes dilated. I'm like, yeah, she gone. Yeah,
the janitor should be definitely looked at.
Val Cooper. Scott brings up Val Cooper. He's like, what about Val Cooper? Ain't nobody found her.
Wait, why you keep trying to change the subject, Chris? Let the man talk. What you mean? What you mean, Spartan? What you talking about?
I didn't hear. What'd you say?
I just said pay attention to him. That's all I said.
Oh, to the janitor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mr. Johnson went up there from Abbott Elementary, got Magneto's body.
I'm gonna leave that there. It's a working theory. It's a working theory that I hope will show itself in the next episode. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
We got a ride for us. I tell you that much. We about to be in for a ride. So everybody, this was our wrap up for episode 7, Bright Eyes. Looks like we might just be able to do this for the next 3 weeks.
That part.
We'd have to. We would have to. So until then.
Wrap up protocol initiated, Captain.
All right, and we will start.
You done around here.
She knows her.
Hello. How is everybody? Yeah, all right. Room full of blurs. You can find me on the internet underneath that name right there. They're there. TikTok, Instagram. I do not do Twitter any longer. I refuse to go to the shadow realm. I also have a podcast that I record on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where we talk about comic books. I am getting back into them or reading them for the first time. This month we are going through the last Ronin, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. And yeah, it's been dark and dreary, and I'm afraid for what may come. Do voice acting. Yay! All that kind of stuff. It's fun. That's it. Have a good night. God bless. No stress. And F the algorithm.
Only stress that happens is after Wednesday. Really?
Yeah.
First
That's the thing now.
Fireworks.
And it's back.
Christ. All right. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. I am Lane from Geek by Heart. Me and Jay run our YouTube channel at Geek by Heart. We talk about movies. We talk about trailers. I hope to do Abigail this weekend. Definitely will write that for blurredeyeview.org. So look for that article along with a lot of a lot of the authors of other articles as well. Jay and I do streaming. Jay does it a lot more usually than I do. He does Gears of War right now, and I am still trying to hog my way through Hogwarts Legacy. But we are here. We are here. We are here.
All right. Where is she? Whoopee.
Woo.
Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Unmute yourself, baby.
We're getting there.
We are on it today, y'all. We are really on it today.
What you freaking do? You can find me here or on Instagram under the same name. And if you're ever looking for press-on nails, nerdy or otherwise, you can find me at Fresh Press by Z on Instagram and TikTok.
All right. The Games Master's in the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your Frosty Bearded Blurtical. I'm not going to go through all that tonight. Ain't no point in it. So, if you want to see what I'm up to, please come over, check me up on Instagram under Navy Montel. I am cranking out the combos. Had one with Trey Mosley VO the other night. It was amazing, incredible. I got more lined up. If you want to see what's going on with me, just check me out on Instagram. I'll do TikTok every once in a while, every occasion, stuff, blah, blah. Yeah, and yes, I too am getting into voice acting. Got my first pieces in the email, so I'm going to be checking those out. So, trying to be like these guys over here when I grow up, especially
one of us.
Especially
one of us. Join us.
I'm afraid, Papa. I will say this, and I'll make sure we go away with this. Continue to support. Oh my gosh. No more steak and cocaine for you. That's all I can say. No more.
Come on, Reverend.
Support costs nothing. And if someone tells you that there's a price to support them, you walk the fuck away. Because you have creators out here who just want their stuff to be put out there. They just want you to talk about it. They want it to be discussed. And most importantly, they want it to be shared. Share it, please, by all means. If you take the time to look at these shitty ass videos on TikTok about relationships that they're not even successful in, then take the same energy that you have and support people like all of the folks on here who are doing the damn thing. Quintin over here doing this thing. You got Trey doing this thing. We got the crew over here doing the thing. So support them and stop being bitches.
Batches. Bastages.
Be stitching.
One of
be stitching.
Yes, because we're dropping off like flies over here. Everyone's batteries are dying. Charge your phones. You can find me here on all platforms underneath this name. I'm going to try to chop down this conversation by tomorrow night if my computer doesn't explode. You can find me here. I'm also doing things with these lovely people on their own platforms. If you don't know how to find us, I've made it very easy. Go to the home tab on this channel. Everyone's YouTubes and whatnots are listed right there, so I've made it very easy to find us. We do clips Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so be on the lookout for uploads tomorrow and on Monday. Fuck, this is gonna be hard to do. I do skits on Mondays because Mondays suck, and I try to make them suck a little bit less. But my Monday post is a tribute to the late Akira Toriyama, which I've been waiting like a fucking
you finally
month
got it
in. And now that it's finally here, this is gonna suck.
Have you eaten today, sir? Have you eaten today, sir?
I have, but it's remember I ordered this before that happened, and now I'm just getting it back.
We look forward to it, my friend. We look forward to it.
Oh yeah. So, all right, here we go. Where we go? Here we are. Here we are.
Hey.
It is I, the Cinematic Assassin, will be watching. You can find me at Mayhem Media. That's MAYEHEM Media on all platforms. I like to talk movies and comics and TV shows. And more important than all of that, I definitely like to talk about mental health. So please, please, please take your meds, take your PTO, take a deep breath, and take time to spread a little love today.
Fuck that.
Look at that.
Or chaos.
We're all about chaos over here. Controlled chaos.
Somewhat.
But
yeah.
Keep praying, well. Keep praying. It's okay.
I believe in you.
I'm gonna keep that one locked and loaded forever.
Black_Spartan615 is where you can find me on the socials. I do reviews on everything, including gym stuff, because I like to keep in shape. Of course, I do got a couple of shows. How the Fact We Got Here every Wednesday at 7. Get Bit podcast every Friday at 7. Podcast can be seen or heard wherever podcasts can be seen or heard. Reverend Navy has already given a good sermon about what you can do, so I'm gonna roll with that as I pass the collection plate. I will simply say this: 3 simple rules, guys. Respect the cosplayer at all times. Please wash your ass. It's spring going into summer. Natural deodorant doesn't work for either gender. Please, I beg of you, wash your ass. Even in the gym, your musty ass will enter that gym before you do, and we'll all know. So
before the after air should not match.
I'm just saying you should not walk around like literally expired sauerkraut. I'm just
wow.
I'm
all right. I'm not hungry anymore.
I'm still hungry.
I really felt bad that I had to sit there and tell a younger person today, like, could you just wash thoroughly before you show up to the gym next time? Because there's not enough bleach in the world to get out the smell out of leather that you've left us. I'm just saying. But hopefully she didn't take it personally. Anyway, last guys, again, in a world that is cold, in a world that is completely anything but nice, simply put, be nice, be kind, don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
Help us get that money up so we can get a documentary team following Spartan around when he does these things.
I swear, I swear, I'm gonna take.
I want Spartan stories to be a function.
I swear, Kira's advice on wearing a GoPro is probably gonna get me in trouble.
I'm serious. You need to wear a fucking GoPro, my guy. The stories would be legend. I mean, and the reenactments that we could do, the animation. Just think of it, man. Come on.
Between that and the campfire convention tales we have to tell in the group chat.
Oh my god!
Speaking of, me and Whoopty will be at MomoCon if anyone's around for that.
Yes. The team is we're not exactly global, but we are across country. So support. Find us out. Find us at wherever you're at your local con if you can. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Thank you to our guest Quintin Dorsey. Go show support to that project. K_O_Abyss. Boom. Go there on his IG page. Go check out the WeFunder that he's got going. Support. Because if you seen that trailer that we showed earlier twice, imagine if enough people supported it to have an actual series going. Because that looks fire, flat out. So, and speaking of support the team. Go over to Blurred Station. Go over there, pick one of us. Any one of us. You still get a chance to join the Infinity membership program. 36 months allows you for $10.99, 36 months. You pay into it. After 36 months, you own equity in the company. No other streaming services can tout that. Imagine owning a piece of the action and your show is not canceled. Your favorite series isn't canceled and it stays there. Also, little Manny. Anyway, you can always check us out on Always Press Record. Go show support on the YouTube channel. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, all that great stuff. You can donate now. So donate to us as well to help us get to these local cons, get better equipment, all those great things, because people like us at panels. People like us doing press as well. So if you would like to show that support, that's one way to do it. So support. Donate. $2 means just as much as 20, and 20 means is just as much as 200. But we like the kind that floats. So, So be cool, everybody. Thank you to our guest Quintin Dorsey once again. Thank you to the crew. Yeah, doing amazing things. Check us out Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitch, and IG. Show your love, show your support, show a BIPOC creator the best you can, whether it's free, whether it's monetary. Help them to be seen. You want those stories told? We want those stories told. We can help put them out there as well. So with that being said, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. Thank you once again, Quintin. Thank you, crew. We're docking now. We'll see you Tuesday.